It showed me character of them. It showed me character of me. It showed me trying to put on airs, trying to impress a lady, a girl, whenever the time was. It taught me to really sit back, just sit back and observe.
Roll me, Mac.
How did you let go of people you were so attached to at one point? It took a lot of soul searching. It took a lot of reading. It took a lot of lectures to listen to. It took a lot of different perspective. Truth be told, it took stoicism to really get me over that edge of being able to let go of like such an attachment to someone. And also learning to understand the appreciation when it comes to love versus the possession of someone when it comes to love. And that's where I found myself. I found myself being very attached because I felt like I possessed these people. These people, because of love, I had to have a hold on them. And I had to do right by them at the same time. So it's like I'm trying to control them, and I'm trying to have them and I'm feeling like they got control of me at the same time. So it's just a toxic situation all around. But in actuality, I was just looking for myself, whoever that may be at that time, as far as for love, the source of love, that is. So I was looking for myself to be the source of love, and that's what it was for the entire time. But I mean, if you don't know this, you're not going to be taught this. So there's no need of pointing blame at parents or anybody in your social group that you grew up around, because they would have to know it themselves. And what could they do? They did the same shit you did. So, but for me, I got really curious, right? I got really curious into knowing, why is it that I feel this way? Why do I keep falling back into the same old trap of chasing after something that does not want me, and coming out possibly looking desperate, and a whole bunch of things, and just feeling that fear of abandonment. Why do I allow myself to get to that point? Why would I connect with somebody that will eventually abandon me? What is the common denominator here? It's me, So it's just taking an extreme look at yourself, and without beating yourself up, but just understanding, all right, what is it about me that keeps going down this path where I want to chase the brass ring, something that is unobtainable. And so when I saw the root of that, And yeah, it goes back to the emotionally unavailable, throughout life, and including yourself being emotionally unavailable. So what I decided to do was whenever I found myself feeling something similar, I was going to do the opposite. So whenever those feelings do arise and I recognize that, I, remain indifferent. Say nothing. Just sit with yourself and realize that you're enough, number one. And when you realize that you're enough, you don't have to chase anyone for anything. And just understand that you'll be okay. And that's what I had to learn. I had to really, really hone in on that. It's like, I'm enough. I'm not incomplete, and I'm not broken, and nothing anyone does is about me. It's all about whatever they got going on for themselves, their goals, whatever they did. If they chose somebody else, it wasn't about you. It wasn't that you weren't enough. It was more so they felt that that was best for them. It's like, okay, cool. I got it, and to not invest, not to waste a lot of time investing into someone who is clearly showing lack of interest. And that's the thing, to recognize that. And when you recognize it, okay, accept it and move forward. And once you can accept it, the fog can get away out of your mind, because anger tends to come up when you don't necessarily get your way. So it's like, all right, fine. I have no control over what another person does. I do control what I entertain. I do control what I'm going to sit with. I do control what I'm going to be a part of. And so and over time, it just made it easier for me to kind of separate myself from personalities that I believe did not value me or no longer valued me. So it's just like learning to appreciate the present moment. Things can change. People can change the way they feel, especially a woman. They can change the way they feel tomorrow. And when you know that, so just remembering to stay on your square as a man. Do not lose your mind. Do not go inward. Do not blame yourself for what is going on. Do not get bitter. Get better. Work on yourself. Don't blame yourself. Just work on yourself. There's a difference. Just continuously work on yourself. You will always be your biggest and best investment is to work on yourself. As far as what you become as a man, the rest will take care of itself, man. That's just the name of the game, baby. Life has definitely shown me, and as well as the knowledge that has been obtained as far as what hypergamy means and how it works. And it's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, but once you understand it, you don't allow it to get to you with so much. But it took time. It took time, man, and it was and I was repeating cycles from what I saw growing up. I believe. I think that's what it was. So it's like that's such an attachment to the point of staying in something so toxic and not removing yourself from it, but just continuously going on, keep going towards people that do not value you. You know what I mean? And like they don't want to have they no longer got the time for you. They no longer show the interest in you and all this other shit. And I just kept going towards it, and like something was wrong with me, and that wasn't the case. It wasn't the case. It was this perspective that I was, that I gave myself based on not having all the facts. And how often do we do that? How often do we come to a conclusion without having all the facts? And that's what I was doing. So I had to learn to go off of what I did know and not come up with like assumptions and all that shit. So just really seeing for myself the value in me, and that, and getting okay with being by yourself. Truth be told, man, you get okay with being by yourself. You put up with less shit from people, and over time it just got easier. It got easier just to remove yourself from when you were put in a situation where you felt like you were not being valued. And because it's being alone is one thing. Being alone when you're in a relationship with somebody is like by far one of the most uncomfortable feelings. To ever experience. But uncomfortable never killed anybody. I always keep that in mind. Uncomfortable never killed anybody. But being in a relationship with somebody, to me, it's just pointless. Like, no one's making you be here. Either you can choose to to show value in somebody, or you can choose to not and find somebody else. I mean, it's that simple for me. You know, to me, it's that damn simple, man. But like the letting go of that attachment, I had to be at my lowest, one of the lowest moments in my life, for me to really see what I believe God and His universe wanted me to see, and that was that I was okay, no matter what I went through prior to now, and being able to tell you the story about such things, or at least my perspective of that story. I'm still here. You know, it did not kill me, and it was something that could be overcome. It was it's not necessarily the thing that gets to us, it's how we look at the thing. So changing your perspective on it, and also having the courage to move, having the courage to move forward, to make progress, to put yourself first. Yeah, just having that courage to say it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. The things that you can change and the things that is out of your hand, and focus on what's in your hand, and accept what is. And when something is done, then it's done. And there's more life to go around. Something to always keep in mind is that there's more life to go around. It may be uncomfortable at first, but again, uncomfortable never killed anybody. So that's something we all can just keep in mind. It's something that I kept in mind while I was sitting there trying to be attached to people that did not value me. And it sucks because, you know, in your mind, you put them on this pedestal, which I think is like a trauma response for me. It's like putting people on pedestals and believing that they're more to life than I am. And that's not the case. They're just as human as I am. So I had to reassess the value that I had for myself. It really wasn't about them. It was about me. So letting go of the attachment meant to just put more focus to me and realize that I was going to be okay. It's like jumping out of a plane, you know, without a parachute, knowing that you're going to be all right. You got to take care of yourself. And that's really all the control that you have. Like, you're not able to control anybody else, how they feel, the things they want to do. And so it gave me a newfound strength that, you know, I try to practice on a day-to-day basis. But letting go of those attachments to people that no longer value you, it took work. It took being at my lowest. It took learning stoicism. It took going through it. It took experiencing the uncomfortableness. And on the outside of that, on the other side of that, became a newfound strength. What did heartbreak teach you? Heartbreak taught me a lot. It taught me that about your expectations of others, and to accept them as they are, to really hone in on the idea of amor fati when it comes to people. It really showed me that not everybody's for you. Then they come into your life for seasons, but to appreciate the moments that you go through with them, because you guys are becoming who you're supposed to be throughout the process. Everybody you meet is teaching you and helping you become what you're going to be. That's going to help you in the long run. They're just coming along. You just learn from each other. But yeah, heartbreak was, it taught me perspective. That's for damn certain. It definitely taught me perspective. I used to have this complete negative view about said heartbreak, right? And then turn it around to me and blame myself and just tear myself down like I'm just not good enough for anybody. I'm not good enough for the family to be around me. I'm not good enough for that girl anymore. You know, she's gone, and all this other shit. Playing the victim. a whole bunch of shit, you know what I'm saying? As if I had no value whatsoever, working so hard just to show that I had value to someone. But it's not a requirement. It was never a requirement. It was something that I took on because of some programming at some point in time that it was not enough. But it showed me character of them. It showed me character of me. It showed me trying to put on airs, you know, trying to impress a lady, you know, a girl, whatever the time was. It taught me to really sit back, you know, just sit back and observe, not absorb, but observe what happened, why it happened, the things that the lack of effort that I showed, definitely lack of effort that I received, and what to do from it, what to learn from it, and continuously just, you know, just work on yourself, man. And that's what you know, try to do each day. Dealing with the heartbreak, you know, it's like a sense of relief too. Once you go through it, because certain things you no longer are no longer required to do, that you would have to do when dealing with somebody for so long. And it gives back, it gives that freedom too. The freedom to just, you're doing things your way. Again, you're not so much trying to make this time for this person. It's a level of freedom that comes with it, man. And heartbreak taught me peace. Yeah, heartbreak taught me everything about what it means to have peace by yourself. So that if indeed anybody is going to be in this life, they're going to complement this peace. And if they're not a peaceful individual, then they will not be a part of this life. And I mean, it was just that simple. Heartbreak early on was, I didn't have the knowledge in which I have, I want to say, in recent years. Heartbreak then was about just going back out there and, you know, getting back into toxicity, you know, with the rest of the toxic people of the world. And not healing, not taking a look at yourself, your part. It was about, man, fuck her. Now, let's go find somebody else. And to say fuck her too, you know, it was just it wasn't a healthy state of mind, I would say, that I was in when I was going through those breakups early on in my life, like 20s and shit like that. I don't really count high school. High school really wasn't much of like I say, a real heartbreak per se, but in those adult years, yeah, it was tough because you had your life figured out. You had life planned out in your mind. You had an illusion of what life was going to be. You were going to marry her. You were going to have a kid and all this stuff. And my kid that I already have was going to be a part of that. And you had all these things planned out in your mind. And then life showed you something else. And in the long run, heartbreak teaches you to look back and be like, you dodged a bullet for a lot of reasons, man. You were meant to learn something. It wasn't there to be a part of it forever. It was there to teach you something so that you can move on. So heartbreak, like I said, mostly heartbreak taught perspective. And with that perspective gains peace and understanding of why why it did not go as intended. You know, God saw something that you didn't, you know, about those people, and removed you from that situation. And that's something to just really like accept for yourself. When things don't go as you want them to, is because a lot of times on one end or the other, God in the universe saw something that just was not going to be the best for you. So it's best to just trust the universe. And the more we try to fight it, the more friction we get. And the more we go through, you know, like aversion and desire, we suffer. So it's learning to just accept what is for what, you know, for that present moment, accept what is, man. It may not be what we want at first, but eventually we see why things went the way that they did as far as the breakup goes. And I can say that I'm very grateful to all the whatever breakups, you know, things that didn't work out between me and a woman and me and a girl, you know, it set the stage for the present moment where I am right now. So very grateful for that, you know. It taught me that it really doesn't matter how hard you invest into a relationship. If a person is not ready, not willing to accept said love, it isn't gonna matter. It does not matter. I would see other guys put less effort, you know, into their relationship and receive a hell of a lot more benefits than what I was doing at the time. And I couldn't make sense of it. You know what I mean? I'm also looking in another lane that I'm swimming in, you know, inside the pool. I'm looking at their lane instead of mine. But, yeah, trying to put all that effort in and just ungrateful. Just some ungrateful ass people in the world, you know, in my world. Let's say that. Some ungrateful ass people that I come across in my world. So being very mindful of what you invest in, how much you invest in it, and just seeing, and, you know, just recognizing value, man, you know, and picking up on it, at a moment's notice. And once you do, it's up to you at that point in time what you do with it. And I'm gonna say over time, it becomes easier to see it. It becomes easier to be aware of that, you know, to see a person's effort initially on, and then later on, you know, just being taken for granted or something like that, taking kindness for weakness and all of that. And you don't have to sit in it, man. You can have your own peace. If you have peace by yourself, there's no sense of staying in something where you don't have peace. And so heartbreak, you know, that's certainly what it taught me. It was like, I had peace, right? When I was with this person, I didn't really want to go on. You know what I mean? I was turning to drinking. And then once I got by myself and I got to look within myself, I learned that life's a hell of a lot better without having to rely on somebody that's not going to show up anyway. You know what I mean? So life became a lot more peaceful for me. At first, you know, it was uncomfortable because you're so used to talking to this person or seeing this person and whatnot. But when you do talk to this person, how do you feel? And I think that was the big thing for me with Heartbreak. It's like I was recognizing how I felt when I was talking to that person. You know, did I look forward to talking to them? Did I look forward to seeing them anymore? And I didn't. You know, it got to a point where it's like, why the fuck am I doing this? This is like some nice guy shit. You know, you're just doing shit that you don't feel like doing. And you're more concerned about their feelings than your own. And it doesn't benefit you. Like, how does this benefit me? And that's what I was learned in Heartbreak. It's like, I am no longer going to be involved in shit that does not benefit me for the sake of somebody else, you know. So yeah, Heartbreak taught me awareness. Heartbreak taught me peace. Heartbreak taught me to value myself. Heartbreak taught me that we're all fucked up. Essentially, we're all fucked up. But you gotta look out for yourself though. Yeah, Heartbreak taught me to really, you gotta have healthy boundaries for yourself. Otherwise, you will find yourself down a very toxic cycle and wondering how you got there. When you keep going through the same old thing, seeing the same stuff, finding the same roadblock when it comes to dealing with with dating and relationships. And Heartbreak also taught me to focus on purpose too, as, you know, especially for that as a man, you know, focusing on your purpose and keeping your purpose first. And once you take purpose, you know, once you no longer have purpose first, everything else in your life, you know, falters. It does. And it's so weird. It's some cosmic shit that I've noticed, if ever I take my mind off the purpose, not only do you lose yourself, you lose you no longer have your mind in check, you no longer have the attention of the woman and all this stuff. Everything just goes. Everything just goes when you don't put that proper focus where it needs to be. And it's so crazy because you spend all your life trying to find that type of love, you know what I'm saying? You feel like it's something outside of you when it's actually inside you the whole time. All the love that you need. Now, as far as the love that you want is going to be obviously outside of you, but all the love that you need, you've already came equipped with that at birth. And it took years, man. It took years to figure that out, that I have all the love that I need. It's just the love that I want sometimes, and so there's no point in losing yourself, losing all your whatever identity you had before when you meet somebody of interest, and then you just lose yourself, man, and it doesn't go well. It doesn't go well at all. But Heartbreak taught a lot, but most importantly, Heartbreak taught perspective.
My favorite way to waste the day away would be to sleep until about noon, wake up, watch Martin or The Office, eat shit, really. So I say, stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut, shrimp Alfredo, and game. Honestly, that's what I would do on a day where there's no priorities, there's no responsibility or anything of any sort. If in a perfect world, I would waste the day away gaming, playing old games like WrestleFest and the Ninja Turtles arcade game, and probably Madden or something like that. But that's the way that would be my favorite way of wasting the day away.
After almost 6 years of doing That's Wrong, was it worth it? Was it ever? Yeah, I'll tell you why it was worth it. You go back and you look at episode 1 and you look at episode 294, which we are right now, you're going to see the growth of a man through time and various different fashion ideas too, is what you'll see. But and different mindsets. The way I thought in 2020, November of 2020, when I first started doing the Ask Room series, and over time how I thought about things. Some things are still prevalent as far as like hypergamy and understanding female nature. Yeah, that's still constant. But as far as like just other views on things, whether that be dating, whether that be marriage and shit, some things have some things have evolved and changed over time as far as thoughts on that and open to the idea of certain things. But yeah, I'd say it was worth it. I certainly enjoyed the ride it's been. I'm enjoying the ride it is with the show. I love being able to give my honest opinion about something. There's no script. Whatever questions that come up is right off the dome, and just give whatever I have at that point in time. And maybe you agree, maybe you don't. But it generated conversation within one's mind, thus wanting to have that conversation within their social group. And I think that's the gift that keeps on giving. And also being able to maybe give like a capsule to my kid, and any other family member that if anything were to happen to me, they'd be able to, watch my thoughts on things, and maybe it'll spark the brain that's going to change the world, as Pac would say, it was certainly worth it to me. It was worth it because I was having a therapy session for 30 to 60 minutes, and in front of everybody, in front of the camera. I was able to say my honest thoughts on things, to release tension sometimes in the mind, and I could do it because it was my platform and I created such, and it was something that some people would look forward to. It was something that people would start establishing healthier boundaries with the people around them, and you know, wanting them to be inspired to read, or wanting to be inspired to not be around bullshit no more. And that's really what the focus was for me, is like for us to recognize our powers, which we already had. You know what I'm saying? It was never about just sole attention onto me by any means, but to really just speak honestly on things and have an honest take on many things. And I go back and look at a lot of other early on episodes, and yeah, pretty brutal, pretty vulgar takes on things, but I believe that's a part of growing up, and a little bit of shock value too for, you know, entertainment of a show. But it was fun. I meant what I said. Just the delivery more than likely could have been, it probably could have been a little bit more rated PG versus rated X, but it's fun. I can tell you that. It has been fun. It has been entertaining. It has been dramatic. It has been funny. It has been comedy. You know, for me to recite a lot of the tales from my childhood, school stuff, family stuff, you know, just learning a lot about where I've come from, you know, and hopefully somebody else can use that in their minds and, you know, recognize growth within themselves. But it's been fun. It's been a really amazing time to sit in front of the camera and give honest takes on questions that have been, you know, like submitted. It's been a blast. Real shit. Has been a blast, and what you see is what you get. Nothing has been fabricated. Whatever I've said is what I felt at the time, and that was it. You know, hold me to it. We got a lot of episodes to go through. You know, 294 so far, and but it has been a journey. It has been great. It has taught me a lot about discipline. Trying to do a show once every week, and then also feeling like you don't want to do it, wanting to turn it all away. I don't want to do this anymore, type thing. And then finding inspiration. Somehow, some way, the universe will send someone to remind you of why you're doing it. And to be told that listening to you say this thing inspired me to do this, it's the gift that keeps on giving. And remembering that it's not about you. It's not about you. It's about the movement itself of improving in life and working on your mental health, especially for men, Black men specifically, being focused on like the foundation and basics of psychology. I'll leave that to the professionals as far as what's more in depth, but just getting a general understanding of what it meant to go through the shit that we went through and like throughout life, you know, the way that we were raised, the way that, you know, and not looking at it as like we were raised wrong. We were given all we had, and just seeing things that could be more effective today than what they were back then. And that's called evolution, and learning more effective ways to have communication with others, learning more effective ways to talk to our children, learning more effective ways to allow our children to be seen, heard, and loved, and sitting with that and asking, what did I need when I was that age? How could I receive somebody talking to me like that? You know, what the level of calmness and chaos did I get? What did I ever see that? But you know, Fun. I said it's been fun. It has been it's been one hell of a journey to get to this point. I certainly enjoy, folks that when they do watch the episode, give their take on it, something that they showed an interest in it, and they're able to recite why they thought this was dope and all of that. But genuine, I would say genuine supporters, fans of the program, the movement itself, and seeing the effectiveness that it has on their life. That's really what it's all about. That's what that's why I do what I do, for the show. And to do that, it's not about fame, obviously, because I ain't got, it ain't but so many damn subscribers. So it's like, we're a fraternity or sorority, whatever. It's a small group that's making a huge impact. Just being able to come together and have a conversation that a lot of our families would not be willing to do, when it comes to the sense of mental health and pointing out, our own issues and where we're at fault in our behaviors and willing to work on those. So grateful for everyone who has taken part, being a part of anything associated with, with Ask Rome, with J.E.T.Sense through the years. I mean, it's been 10 years of doing content. I did 4 years of podcasting before I got into doing YouTube for November 2020, and now 6 years of doing that, along with 10 years of doing podcasting. So it's been a journey. It's been a ride. I've enjoyed it. Continue working on other things to help further the brand and help further healing. Really, if I would associate any word with this show, it would be healing. Hopefully people watch the show and they get a sense of healing. But revealing to heal is ideal. Than what I have for this platform. But yeah, that about wraps this up for this episode. So I want to thank each and every one of you for watching episode 294. Very grateful for your time, very grateful for your attention. And now it comes to a close, this episode, that is. But I'm Romy Mac. This is Ask Rome, and I'm out. Good night, kids.